Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time. Well, it's going to be a good day. Troy and I are finding our energy today for you guys. We are finding our energy. I got to tell you, we are dedicated to you. We love you. And we're so grateful to be here with you. In fact, we're so grateful and so excited about this and just love this so much. We've done it twice today.
That's right.
We have recorded it twice today. For some reason, I'm having issues or had issues with my switchboard doing an update, and it messed everything up. So this is actually our second time recording for you guys today. That's how dedicated we are to you guys. All right, today we're going to be talking about rituals. Now, when you think of rituals, Troy, what do you think of?
Sacrifices.
Sacrifices. Yes. Like human sacrifices. No, not human sacrifices. Like lambs, right? No. Well, that's not the kind of ritual we're talking about today. We are not saying you have to sacrifice your firstborn son or a lamb to make your business successful.
Though I think a lot of people would do that.
I mean, at least the lamb, right?
Yeah.
Not the son. Well, maybe some of the sons.
I don't know. If it's a teenager, then maybe yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Once my firstborn hit a teenager, I'm like, dude, I'm going to sacrifice you, bro. You done. No, that's not the type of sacrifice or rituals. That's not a type of rituals we're talking about. I mean, building a business is a sacrifice.
Yes.
So, but that is not the type of rituals we're talking about today. We're talking about creating the right rituals to find success in your life, personally and professionally.
Yep.
What people don't realize is they have rituals. You already have rituals in your business. You already have rituals in your personal life. You just may not realize it. And rituals are actually what help you be successful. Or if you have the wrong rituals, they will help you be unsuccessful. They will help you all the way to working for somebody else again.
Absolutely.
Right? So today we're going to be talking about the difference between the rituals and sharing some stories and ideas of how you guys can create the right rituals in order to find success. Yes?
Absolutely.
All right, get started. Troy.
All right, so why are rituals important? Well, because they create a pattern of success or failure in our lives.
Yes.
And Trevor actually gave, earlier we were talking about this, and he had a perfect example of this when it came to like exercising. So if you want to share that with us?
Yeah, so everybody starts the new year and they're so excited because they're going to go and work out.
Yeah.
They're going to be healthy. They're going to get that body with those six-pack abs. They're going to get rid of the dad bod or the mom bod, right? Well, unfortunately, what a lot of people do is they implement the wrong ritual. And what do I mean by that? It means they will say, well, I'm just going to get started.
Yep.
I don't want to do too much. I haven't been to the gym in a while, so I don't want to overdo it and burn myself out.
Yeah.
They go to the gym 1 or 2 times a day.
No.
They start with, or sorry. No,
that would be
not
awesome.
A day. That would be
if
awesome,
they did 1 or 2 times a day.
Yeah, 1 or 2 times a week. That's true. Maybe that's the ritual. Go once or twice a day. No, I digress. They start with going once or twice a week. And they think, this is good. I'm going to get, kind of slow roll into this and work my way up.
It's better than what I was doing.
It's better than what I was doing. And that's true. It is actually better than what you were doing, except for the fact that a lot of people don't realize when you start to work out, you burn calories.
Yeah.
And when you burn calories, you get hungry and your body wants more calories, especially when you're first getting started.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what's going on? Shock to the system. And so they end up eating more than they normally would. And that results in gaining weight.
Yeah. The opposite of what
they're trying to do. And the reason for this, so what should they do? They really should just jump in and start with going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. And then, of course, paying attention to their calorie intake, paying attention to their calorie output, how much they're burning, and they will get those results that they're looking for over time. And it's the old saying of like, January 1st, the gyms are packed and they suck to go to, but by January 15th, they're empty again.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. The problem is they put the wrong ritual in place to get started, and then they said, well, crap, this doesn't work, and then they give up on it.
Yeah.
Whereas if they would have just done it right from the get-go, they would have eventually gotten the results that they were looking for.
Exactly. So it's so important to pick the right ritual, right? You
Yep.
want to start the right ritual so that you have success.
Yep.
And then, sometimes you got to change your rituals. Maybe you have rituals in place in your business right now, and you need to change them up. I mean, the great thing about rituals is that they form habits and patterns in your life. The bad thing about rituals is they form habits and patterns
Yes, sir.
in your life.
Yes, sir.
And they can be hard to break.
If your ritual is to get off work, go home, and start kicking back a six-pack, you probably have the wrong ritual.
Right.
You're going to be doing not only harm to yourself personally, but you're probably going to be doing harm professionally as well, because you're creating a bad ritual that will, in turn, affect all of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is once you've created these rituals, it's hard to break the ritual, especially if they're bad ones.
Oh.
A lot of times if it's a good one, it's easier to give up for some
Sure,
reason,
sure.
right? So let's talk about like the example of exercising, right? So if you do the same workout, like let's say I give you one workout to do, and you do that workout 3 days a week, you're going to get results, especially if you haven't been working out.
Yeah.
People will get results from doing that, even though they're doing the same thing. But the body's an amazing thing, and it realizes, okay, I'm working out, I'm sore. Okay, I'm working out again, I'm still sore. And so it starts building muscle. It starts, getting rid of some of the fat. Cardiovascular goes up, right? And next thing you know, you can make it all the way through the workout totally fine.
Yeah.
And you're not sore at all.
Yep.
So what happens is your body adapted to your ritual, and now you could keep doing that workout forever, and you would get no additional results.
Yeah. The minute you stop being sore is bad.
Yeah. And
It's
a perfect
bad.
example of this, we were talking about this, is like, think of a job, like a manual labor job, like digging ditches. You go out there for the first day of work, you start digging that ditch, and you want to die when you get home. And probably
Yeah.
for the first couple of weeks, when you get done every single day, you want to die.
Yeah.
But after about 30 days, whatever it might be, all of a sudden you get off work and you're like, I'm fine,
Yep.
right? Your body adapted.
Oh yeah, and I can tell you that is true because I used to work excavation behind a shovel all day. I was the excavator. The boss would put us on jobs just for fun, even though he could use the backhoe to knock it out quick. He'd be like, "All right, guys, you're young, you got strong backs." Little did I know later in life that would result in 2 back surgeries.
Yeah.
But you got strong backs, get to it. And for the first few weeks, my hands would bleed at the end of every day. They were just bleeding. I mean, I just sores on them. I would go home at the end of the day, whether that was 6 or 7 p.m. at night, and I would lay down. I actually lived with the boss at the time.
Yeah.
And I would lay down on the tile floor, and I would pass out for the night. And then I'd get back up at 4 a.m. the next day, and I was exhausted. I was just destroyed. But as time went on, 2-3 weeks into it, like you said, it got a little easier.
Yeah.
My body got used to it. My hands created calluses. They stopped bleeding. I was able to stay awake when I got home and eat some dinner, actually. And then as time went on, and it was a month and a half, it was like I could dig ditches all day long. And then at the end of the day, I could go out at night and have fun and stay up late and still get up at 4 a.m. The thing about it was that I didn't realize at the time that would teach me a good lesson for the future. I didn't get any better at digging ditches.
No.
I got used to it. My body was like, yeah, okay, we can do this. But I wasn't actually better at digging ditches. The excavator would always outdig me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is you have to change your rituals when you stop seeing results.
Yes.
So, maybe it's your business. Maybe your business is stagnant. Maybe you've grown to a certain point and every month your revenues are the same and your expenses are the same and you're just kind of in this place where you're just floating along, and you may think to yourself, well, that's awesome. Like I got this to this point. I've kind of plateaued and it's good. But the problem is When you plateau,
Yeah.
that means your competitors are growing past you.
Well, and it's going to feel good for a little while. And I
Right.
think several of you have experienced this. We personally have for sure. And many of you are going to experience this. There's a lot of you thinking like, oh, I wish I was there right now. But trust me, when you get there, you will eventually, it'll feel good for a while. And we've done this.
Yeah.
Like I remember wanting to grow the company to millions of dollars and thinking, oh, this will be so great. Like I can sleep in later. I can have more time for the gym, not have to get up so early, not just be in the daily grind. But really, as entrepreneurs, we're like the bulldog in the fight. Or in my case, like the chihuahua, the little guy, right? The big yappy dude, or the little yappy guy. We do well in the grind. We do well in the fight. But when the fight is over, we don't know what to do with ourselves anymore. And so we get stagnant and we get complacent. And that is a bad place to be. So when we grew and finally got to the point where I wanted to be, I was like, hey, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to switch up my ritual. I'm going to switch up my routine. I'm going to sleep in later. I'm going to get up and go to the gym. I'm going to make more time for myself in the morning, you know. I'm going to do a cold plunge, and I'm going to do a bath, and I'm going to do all this stuff. And, you know, I got into this other routine, which was nice for a while. But then it got to be mundane, and it got to be where even though I was making all this money, had everything I wanted, could spend as much money as I wanted, didn't really have anything else to buy. It was funny because I thought for a while, like I started buying more things, thinking that was going to fill this void, this hole inside of me. And it didn't. I realized I had to switch up my routine. And the funny thing was I switched back to getting up early, going and having some more time for myself. I don't like to read. I love to listen to books on Audible. I have tons of books. They're all motivational books. They're all self-help and improvement books. Not really into the fiction thing. I mean, I love fiction movies, just can't get into it in books for some reason. I love to spend that time in the morning, and I do read, even though I hate it. I actually do read in the morning. So I'll wake up, I'll get ready, I'll go read for a little bit prior to everyone waking up, then I'll head off to the gym, exercise, improve my body physically. Then I head home and I'll have breakfast with my kids and I'll walk my kids to the bus stop, come back, shower, get ready, and then get into work earlier. Yeah. Which is funny because that's kind of the routine I had in the beginning. Minus maybe I was more in like a rush, so maybe I didn't get to focus as much on me or my family. But that was a similar routine I had in the beginning that helped me become successful. And then I had switched over to this other routine that I thought was going to be amazing, that I was like, this is awesome. And it was for a while. But then I found myself having to switch that routine back to something that changed it up a bit. And then I was able to kind of blend the two, and success started to happen again. Happiness started to fill me again. And I wasn't feeling, just stagnant.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're able to be fulfilled and satisfied.
Yeah.
And this doesn't just happen to you, when you have a $100 million business.
Correct.
Or a $10 million business or even $1 million business.
Right.
This can happen to you when you're making $100,000 a year.
Absolutely.
Right? Because as entrepreneurs, most of us have this desire to be in the fight.
Yeah.
And when we're not in the fight, we're uneasy and we're unsatisfied and we're unfulfilled.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out ways to change up those rituals to make sure that you're pushing yourself to continue to grow and to be successful in different ways. And I think that's really the key to having continued success in your business and in your personal life as well.
Absolutely.
Because this applies absolutely to your personal life.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it was funny. When I was feeling at my lowest, being wealthier than I'd ever been before, I also wasn't finding joy in my family. And that's just being real and honest with you. I mean, I know it makes me sound like a terrible father. I'm sure none of you have ever felt like that before. But I wasn't finding joy in my family. And the funny thing was, when I changed up that ritual and when I started getting a nice blend and focusing on them again, I felt better. I had a better connection with my kids. I had a better connection with my wife. I had a better connection with my business. And things started to go to the next level.
Exactly. So what you need to do is you need to be looking at the rituals in your life, right? And a ritual may be working out. It may be, there's lots of different things.
Yeah.
It could be that you have the ritual of you come into the office every Monday morning. The first thing you do is you look at your emails, and then maybe you watch some YouTube videos, and then maybe you go to lunch.
Totally.
And then maybe, and then maybe you do a little bit of, work in the afternoon, and then you take off a little bit early. Like, that's a ritual. And that's not a very successful
And
ritual.
you can live in that for a while. I mean,
Absolutely.
a long while. And some people live in it so long that they end up failing.
Yes.
And it's okay to take a break and to live and enjoy what you've created and what you've done. But the minute you find yourself feeling unfulfilled,
Yeah.
it's time to switch up that ritual, right?
Exactly. All right. Anything else before we get to the homework?
No. I just want to say that when we become comfortable, we're not growing anymore.
Yeah.
And that is personally and professionally. We should always be a little uncomfortable. One of the things we had to get used to again, and especially me with doing 2 back surgeries, landing in the hospital for other reasons throughout the last 3 years, was I didn't get to really travel and do events.
Yeah.
And for a period of time, Troy and Ron didn't even travel and do events because of COVID.
Yeah.
But they were able to jump back into it before I was. And now I'm really just this year getting back into it. And I'm finding myself going, oh, man, I don't want to do that. But you know what? It's so good for the company. And it's so good for us.
Yeah.
It's so good for me personally. It's good for my family. They miss me while I'm gone. I get to come back, excited to see them. So personally and professionally, we will go and we crush it at these events. And we really find our perfect avatar at these events.
Yeah.
And yet, I still have that I don't really want to do it. So, guys, being uncomfortable is not a bad thing.
Right.
You know? And that's all I'm going to say on that. Get uncomfortable. Get out of your comfort zone. Stay a little on the edge. So this week's homework is start a ritual this week that will improve your life or business, and look at your current rituals and determine how you can change it to get better results. Because we will do this. As entrepreneurs, we do this, and then boop, and then we need to do this, and boop, and then this. So we want to always constantly be growing. And it's
for
okay.
those just listening to us, Trevor's doing a plateau. So he's doing a climb and then a plateau.
No, you don't get to know what my boop means. You want to see what my boop is? Go to YouTube. I'm not going to describe it for you. You want to see me? Go see me. I'm on YouTube. Search me up. So tell us time, baby. Yes, the plateau. You're going to hit the plateau.
They're going to think the boop is like us bleeping out a swear word or
It
something.
is. You got them bleep and beep and beep beep boop. Yep. So stay moving forward and enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to, personally and professionally. I think that a lot of you are going to relate to today's podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I have experienced it multiple times in my life. I have had to reevaluate my rituals multiple times, starting from when we were first starting our business, because a lot of you maybe are just getting started and you don't even have your rituals or recognize what they are yet. So this week, identify what your rituals are. And if you can't, then create them. Create what your new ritual is going to be and find success with it. And for all of you old farts that are just, living it up and making the money, things are going great, but you're finding yourself just disconnected. Change that ritual. Well, one thing that I was telling Troy is sometimes I like to jump on and work at night.
Oh, yeah.
Because during the day, I can't always get done the things I want to get done. I'm getting interrupted by employees and clients, and it's not a bad thing. I'm getting things done, but it's not what I was wanting to focus on. A lot of times at night, I have time to myself. Or if I really want to focus, I can get up early, skip my morning routine, get right into the office, and I can get a whole heck of a lot done. It's amazing what you can get done from that, anywhere from 4 to 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. when most people are showing up for work.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we really appreciate you. We love you as always. Like, share, comment, tell people about us, search us on our different social media sites, find us, look for Sotellus or Sotellus Time. You will find us there, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Sotellus Time.